For much of her time as an undergraduate at Michigan State University, Rose Titus wasn't sure she would stay on the farm after graduation.
I went to college initially, to MSU, to learn about horticulture, but I wasn't really sure that's what I wanted to do. And initially I was more interested in genetic engineering, and a very odd thing to be interested in as an organic farmer. But no, I mean, just over time I just saw the popularity and just the sense of organics, and just the cultural movement too. And so I became more interested in it, and I took a lot of classes that revolved around organics and vegetable production, and I saw an opportunity, and it just sort of, and my father was very encouraging too, which I think helps. So.
Titus Farms in Leslie, Michigan was established in 1982 when Paul Titus married Rose.
They were doing crops initially with some organic vegetables, and then it really morphed into all vegetables and very few, if any, just, cover crops mostly. So it's definitely evolved and become much more diversified and bigger too, which is always good.
My wife and I both are dairy farmers. We've always pretty well, because we had the compost for the manure for the cattle and stuff on there, so we kind of shortchanged this as far as fertilizer goes, because we've always put on a lot of, and we've always put clover on, and anytime we've ever had wheat or anything on there, in rotation. Oats, right up to just a few years ago, even when my dad was alive on there, we put oats in and stored them on there, and that was another one that farmers, there's no money in oats. Well, we'd store them and then sell them to the horse people. There wasn't a lot, but what I liked is the rotation. I could get it off, summer foul it, and that would kill the weeds all off on there, and put a cover crop on it, and then have it for the next year. And that's why we liked the oats on it. It wasn't basically you're breaking even on the oats, but it was still a good cover crop and a good plow down crop.
The growing number of consumers want locally grown fresh food.
What we're famous for at the market are green beans. That's our best seller. A lot of people don't like to raise them. They're fairly easy to raise, and we grow them so that they're very, very small, gourmet type beans. They're really sweet, really tender. And we have potatoes, and we have all sorts of things. I mean, we're not really specializing in one specific thing right now, but if anything, it'd be the beans, though. I mean, we're going to have peas in a little while, and I'll have, obviously, radishes and beets and carrots and all the root crops, and Asian greens, and sweet corn, too, which is hard to do, but we make it happen, so.
Titus Farms grows 18 different kinds of tomatoes, including heirloom varieties.
Now, most of these right here are all heirloom tomatoes, and it was very hard at first to sell them on heirloom tomatoes, but then I started giving them taste, and they said, these are the taste that I remember as a kid. The texture, the taste, and they're not like store-bought tomatoes, because those are shipping tomatoes, and like they pick them green, they gas them, and then they're sitting in a warehouse for a month or so before they ripen in. So they taste like cardboard.
Much of their business involves selling through farm markets in nearby Okemos and Mason in mid-Michigan.
Usually the one that's there on Saturday mornings until I get really busy, and then I go to Mason Farmers Market, and then my father goes to Okemos Farmers Market and takes one of our employees. And then after I'm done at Mason, I'll come and help him pack up, and then we'll all go home and start all over the next week. And then on Wednesdays my mom usually takes over. So.
Resourceful and hardworking, Rebecca taught herself web design 3 years ago and built the farm's website.
And we put it up just before we started the CSA, and Initially it was just a place to learn about the farm, and now it's become a little more interactive with the blog and a lot of photos, and also you can download things. And I think I'm going to put up a recipe page so people can scroll through those as well. It's really evolved and it's become more of a task, but more of a blessing as well. So.
The Titus Farms website has attracted 150 new customers for their CSA contracts, community-supported agriculture.
So there's a lot of families, a lot of pregnant women or women with young children, some baby boomers who have a little extra money but don't have the time to do a garden anymore. That's becoming a problem now. And everyone wants to raise their own food, but it's time consuming, and there's some skill involved that they don't realize.
I think it's going to peak out, it might, on there. Now, Europe's doing well, you know, with it. I know. As prices go up, I think they're going to be looking at, like, the people this year for what the amount of money we've got set on there. They may come out real well because we're looking at, I mean, fuel's jumping, and this tractor takes 6 gallons an hour, and that one takes 10. So our costs are going up every time we're going to be hauling compost in tomorrow on that, another 20 ton, and that truck's another one, you know, that only gets 6 miles to the gallon instead of fertilizer, but still our costs are going up on everything we do anymore. So I see it on there as an investment almost this year. I think the people this year is going to come out real well with the strawberries and raspberries and tomatoes and stuff, because I see a huge increase. I hate to say it on there, but I think we're going to be like our fuel on there. We're going to go, look what we paid at the grocery store. And it's not going to be the farmers. I mean, we're not going to make any more because everything is going up right along, and we just stay whatever the stores are at.
The farm employs 2 to 5 student helpers, mostly from MSU. Theater major Amy Winchell may decide against Broadway and instead study for a vet tech certificate.
No, but I will. Because actually I was raised out in the country in a very similar setting to this, and my parents and I grew a lot of organic gardens, so not on as large of a scale as this, but I've been doing similar things since I was little, and really was kind of my first love.
What advice would Rebecca have for young people who did not grow up on a farm?
I would say find a farmer who is interested in teaching you. Go to MSU and talk to the professors there, or enroll in one of the programs they have. But you don't need the education to do it either. It's a lot of experience. I'd say just go to a farm and try it out. You can read about it all you want, but until you've actually done it, then you can't really know what it's about.
Paul and Rose and their daughter Rebecca are building a sustainable enterprise by embracing innovation while staying true to their values.
And then we have a lot of people that just thank us at the end of the year. They may not come and get anything because we're down on our produce, you know, but they'll come the last few weeks and say, thank you for being here. And so that's part of the unmoney pay, you know, that the appreciation is really helps when you know you're appreciated and people enjoy your produce.
And there may be a shortage, who knows? You know, if we got, right now they're talking, if we had some huge floods or a lot of wet weather or something on there, our grain supply and our supply of everything is the lowest it's ever been. Where a lot of people are going to wake up going, you know, I guess I don't mind a little dirt blowing in their pool. We've had that where somebody said, well, we don't like you working the ground too close to the house or off to the neighbors because we've got, or the smell, or it doesn't matter what it is, you know, where they may think twice before they say that, going, you know, we may need the farmer.